So these were the three things that I really wanted to make sure that you get it right, okay, extremely clear. And I assume that you have already understood what these three things are: the truth, the ignorance, and the wisdom. And I wanted to take this a little further to the next level so that you get a broader understanding of what it actually takes to build a marital relationship, to build a marital life that is epic, that is phenomenal. Okay, so let us continue further. uh, I want to give you a overview of why this why it is important for you to understand these three concepts and actually live by it. If you study Buddhist material or a lot of Hindu spirituality books, you will come to know that the root cause of all problems is attachment and ego. Okay, attachment, desires, and ego. These are the root cause of all the problems, and so it applies to marital relationships. Well, if you are too much attached to the identity of your partner, your spouse, or if you are too much attached to your judgments about them or your ideas about how their character is, then you will suffer. Okay, it is not only about the bad things that you grab onto, that you hold onto up against them, but also the good things. And it becomes much more complex when you hold grudges. Okay, a grudge is like a hate and love relationship towards the same person. You love the person you hate, and you hate the person you love. So that is a complex situation, but let us look at the simplistic way. Okay, never hold on to any label or any identity or your perception of the other person. If you hold it, if you are too attached to it emotionally, mentally, physically, then you will suffer. No doubt in that. So I recommend people to be detached from their labels and their judgments to other people. And you might want to know a concept in psychology which is called fundamental attribution error. Okay, it's a kind of cognitive bias that we all tend to be doing in order to make our lives much more easier. So we often make wrong judgments. So I have explained this, what fundamental attribution error is, in one of my YouTube videos. I will just give you the link in the resource section. You can check that out. A very fantastic theory. It will just blow your mind, and after that you will realize, oh shit, like, really? You will be surprised to know that all the people around you and you yourself are always constantly making judgments about people that are absolutely fake, that are absolutely false. You will come to know why do we do such things in that video. So I would highly recommend you to check out that video. The link is just been given in the resource section. So let's move further. The core point of me starting this psychological course with spirituality is only because spirituality is too, I believe that it is too psychology. It is so in depth that people who do not like, spirituality cannot be measured. Okay, it is not a science. It cannot be seen. Soul cannot be seen, but your brain can be seen and studied. And that is why if you actually enroll for academic in like MA psychology or something, you will come to know that psychology was originated from philosophy and spirituality. Psychology was derived from the word which, I don't remember the exact word, but it was derived from a word which meant the soul. So I believe that spirituality and psychology are like, they are the two parts of the same coin. Okay, so that is why I started this course with these three concepts, which are extremely powerful and which are the game changers in your life. So the next thing that happens is, when when I practiced detachment, when I recommend people practice detachment, what happens is, uh, we, like the one who practices, becomes so emotionally detached that to the other person, we seem like very cold and arrogant and introverted. It's just the case. Okay, so I would like to share with you my experience on how detachment really got me into trouble. But the thing is, if you are really detached, you will always be at peace in your mind. Okay, always peace, extreme, extreme, extreme happiness. But for other people, it might be a little disturbing. It might be like, I will just explain you with my example. What happened was, I decided my life purpose at a point in time. Okay, I decided that this is the thing that I will be going to do for the rest of my life. Okay, I will go out, inspire people, I will train them, I will provide them high quality wisdom in less time. This was my vision. I wanted to inspire 100 million people on this earth, and I am still on that mission. It has been 4 years now. So I was so focused to only one thing that I naturally became detached to the opinions of people, to criticisms of people, to behaviors of people, to people's judgments about me, anything that wasn't included in my life purpose. I got extremely detached to it, and it made perfect sense because that doesn't matter. Okay, life purpose is the only thing that matters to you naturally, so you will be automatically detached to all the things that are not serving you to progress on your path to become an extraordinary excellent being who has reached the maximum scales of fulfilling his life purpose. Life purpose in itself is a long journey that cannot ever be completed. It's just the direction that you commit yourself to proceed on for the rest of your life. So when I started going in this direction, naturally became detached to people, and people started to see me very selfish, extremely selfish. I wasn't. Okay, it was just that I was extremely clear. People nowadays don't know where they're going. So when they see that someone is extremely clear in his mind, in his actions, in his decisions, they kind of get freaked out, and they sometimes might get jealous also. And so it appears to them that you are of harm to them, that you are, it's natural, your competitiveness is increased. Okay, your action taking ability is increased, you are smarter, you are wiser, you are doing much more than them when you have one purpose and you are detached from other people. So let's not focus only on the life purpose part, but I would like to redirect it towards relationships. Okay, so when you are really detached in relationships, what happens is people will be astonished by your calmness and your groundedness. So I want you to be detached, but you also have to know that the cost that you have to pay for your mental calmness and for your harmony is that people will judge you a little more. They are already judging. They will judge you a little more. And if that affects you, you will never be detached. And if you are never detached, nobody can be dependent upon you. You can never be a leader. You can never be a strong person who is controlling the family. You can never be a strong man in a marriage or a strong woman in a marriage. Look, marriage is not about dependency, it is not about independency, it is about interdependency. Okay, what happens is, first you are dependent upon each other, then you become independent. You do not need each other, but you want each other. So when you want each other, what happens is you become interdependent. And relationships are all about that. Okay, we relate to each other. To relate to each other, we need to be interdependent on each other. Okay, so when you are too much attached to your perspectives or to your labels or someone's talk or someone's actions or someone's behavior, then you will never be able to stand firm in your position, in your ground, and feel calm. And you will soon react and later on mess up the relationship. Now, look at any fight you might have come across in your life. The only thing that happened was one of the two, or both of them, or if it was a group, all of them lost control because they were very attached to their emotions, to their what other person was saying to them. And this is the root cause of all fights and dysfunction in relationships, in marital relationships, in family relationships, in corporate relationships. Okay, so you have to understand that you might appear cold and what we can say. Uh, I'm not aware. I'm not getting a word, but let us consider as cold. Okay, not warm-hearted something. So you appear cold to other people, but in fact, what what happens is if you are detached, you will really make sure that the relationship never fails. Okay, fights never occur, arguments never occur. Sometimes they occur, that's okay, but you are detached to it as well. So I would like to conclude this, that if you are attached to your partner, to their behavior, to their attitude, to your perspectives about them, to your behaviors, to your emotions, to your expectations, if you are attached to anything, then you will soon either face a lot of dysfunction and emotional trauma throughout the rest of your life. You you will have to spend a lot of emotional labor for all the problems that will occur in your life. So this is one thing, and the other is that you stay detached. But first of all, detachment doesn't mean that you don't care about the other person. Okay, it doesn't mean that you become unemotional. It doesn't mean that you do not support each other. It doesn't mean that you don't love each other. Okay, the only thing is that it is unconditional. Detachment is unconditional, irrespective of what you do, what you say, uh, who you are. My love for you will remain. It will be the same. This is detachment, and it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter to me, because I am doing my thing to you and I expect nothing from you in return. Even if I expect and you don't give it back to me, I understand, because we are humans and we can never fulfill 100% of the expectations. So you see, this is what detachment means. When you are detached from the other person and everything about them, you are grounded in your own reality. And when you are grounded in your own reality, the relationship becomes strong because you are in control. You are the pilot of the relationship. When you are in control, what bad can happen? Just think about it. So you either choose to be attached and face the ups and downs of marital relationships and exhaust lot of emotional bandwidth, stress, and all the miseries, or you stay detached but you experience the same love, the same happiness, and live a much more controlled and uh, fulfilling and ecstasy kind of relationship. It's all up to you. So these are the three core principles of spirituality, of psychology. If you follow them, all the problems in your life can be solved. Okay, the effects of the problems and miseries on you will not be that much that you would have if you didn't have this knowledge. So when all this stress of other people's relationships, everything decreases, your ability, your immunity to work on your relationships, to optimize it, and to become successful in life also increases at the same time. So it is up to you. If you want to be attached and face miseries, like Buddha says, attachment is the root cause of all problems, or you want to be detached and be okay a little if people criticize you for it, but at the same time stay control in your relationship and make sure that you are the strong pilot of your marital life. It's all up to you. I will leave you with this and we will continue in the next lecture.